Today we are going to start with the very first chapter of your class 12th business studies, that is nature and significance of management. As I have discussed in my previous lectures also, that what is the basic meaning of management. We all try and manage things at our workplace, at home, in the office, in school, in hospitals, everywhere. Right? If I am to define management in a single line, management can be defined as a process of getting things done through others with the objective of achievement of organizational goals effectively and efficiently. Now, if I am to analyze this definition, the three important words that I'd like to stress upon are: it's a process, effectiveness, and efficiency. What is a process? A process means it includes a series of steps which are required to be performed. When I say that management is a process, that means for management also there are a series of steps which are to be performed. Now let's take a look at those series of steps that are to be performed to complete the task. In the previous lecture also I have taken an example of a housewife, that how she manages her things at home. Right? The first step in the management process is that of planning. What is planning? Planning is deciding in advance what am I going to do in future. Now planning is something which is not only done in the office. If you look at your home front, there is planning. In schools we plan, in hospitals we plan, everywhere. Planning is the basic step. It is the first step of management. We take a peep into the future. Nobody can predict the future with 100% accuracy. So we only make our assumptions about the future, and then accordingly we set our goals and objectives which are to be achieved by the organization. We set the main goals and objectives of the organization under this step of planning. If I am to refer to the example that I have taken in my previous lecture, I said the housewife in the morning, she plans what am I going to cook for the day, right? How many clothes are there, which I have to wash, all right? What all are the household chores that are to be taken care of during the day? That is what will come under planning. Second step when we talk about that is organizing. Once you have planned that what am I going to do throughout the day, or what are the objectives with which the organization has been started, second step is in organizing to establish the authority and responsibility relationships. Establishing the authority and responsibility relationships, that who's going to do what, right? And also providing with the necessary resources which are required to complete the work. That is called organizing. After organizing, we have the third function or the third step, that is staffing. After I have identified what all is to be done, after I have identified my organizational structure, that who's going to be reporting to whom or who's going to do what, right? Next step is staffing, that is looking for the right person who's fit to do the job. Right? Like I told you, it's very important. If I am employing a person who's appropriate or who's fit and suited to take care of the job, it is 100% guarantee that the job is going to be done in the best possible manner. So staffing is a very, very important step in the process of management. If I'm not able to get the right person at the right job, the first two steps are going to go waste. Imagine if someone who doesn't like to teach is there to teach you, right? Do you think he'll be able to do justice to the subject? Absolutely not. You need to have a passion for whatever you're doing, and also you need to have an attitude. At the same time, you need to have an aptitude for whatever you are doing. So we have to make sure that we have the right person at the right job. Thereafter, the fourth step comes directing. Right? Directing means giving directions, basically exactly knowing what you want your men to do, and making sure that they do it to the best of their abilities. Right? Now, what do I mean when I say that आई एम वेरी क्लियर, हमने ये पता है हमें डायरेक्शंस देनी है कि किसको क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, एंड मेकिंग श्योर दैट दे डू इट टू द बेस्ट ऑफ देयर abilities. Sometimes an employee, you know, he may have that thing within him, but he needs to be motivated. He needs to be motivated. He has to be led. Okay, there has to be someone who has to guide him. Only then. कुछ लोग होते हैं जो थोड़ी देर तक उंगली पकड़ के चलते हैं, and thereafter they can manage things on their own. So that is what comes here in directing. We move to the next step, that is controlling. After we have performed planning, organizing, staffing, directing, last step in the process is controlling. That is, यहाँ तक सारा काम हो चुका है. Now I am going to see that whether the work has been done as per the plan. We go back to planning. We compare. Right? We see that if the work has been done as per the plans or not. Right? जो भी हमने objectives lay down किए थे in the beginning while planning, have we been able to achieve those objectives?